When you think about anime and manga legends, what people usually come to mind? You got people such as Osamu Tezuka, Hayao Miyazaki, Akira Toriyama, Eiichiro Oda, Katsuhiro Otomo, Mamoru Oshii, Satoshi Kon, Hideaki Anno, and Stan Lee? What the hell is he doing here? He's an American comic book legend, not an anime and manga legend. Well, true, he may not be known for producing anime and manga, but this isn't the first time Stan Lee has tried to introduce Japanese markets to the world of American comic books. The less we say about that, the better. Well, that wasn't too bad. So while we're on the subject, why not talk about Stan Lee's latest foray into the world of anime and manga with The Reflection. The Reflection was first announced in 2015 at Stan Lee's Comikaze, now Stan Lee's LA Comic-Con, as a collaboration project between POW Entertainment, Studio Dean, and Hiroshi Nagahama, who you may know as the director for Mushishi, Flowers of Evil, and Detroit Metal City. So how does this latest foray turn out? Well, seeing as anime and superhero comic books are both extremely popular mediums from two completely different cultures, combining the two of them should be a match made in heaven. After all, we have similar concepts being explored in such titles like Tiger and Bunny, as well as My Hero Academia. Unfortunately, with The Reflection, the results are rather mixed than anything else. First off, there is the bizarre animation style. I get the idea was to have the show look like it literally jumped right out of the pages of an American superhero comic book. The world this anime portrays is filled with bold, thick outlines and shaded with bright, deep colors to give that impression. The main problem is the rotoscoped character designs that Flowers of Evil was infamous for. Unfortunately, this type of animation style has its limits. First, the thick, bold outlines, hyper-realistic rotoscoped visuals, and striking colors chooses to utilize bold, thick visuals in favor of the small, finely tuned details of objects, especially when they are either far away or constantly moving. Because of this, we are completely unable to see the emotions of any character that is not being shown close up. Some of the backgrounds also end up feeling washed or out and flat, as the fluidity of the animation itself is inconsistent at best because of this. Another issue I had with this is that the anime starts off by dropping you right into the middle of the action without any build-up. A better structured narrative provides the setting, introduces the main characters, and then eases you into the action rather than just dropping you right into the thick of it and leaving you to pick up the pieces. This just does nothing but confuse any potential audience of what is going on. Dropping us right in the middle of the action at the get-go also risks the fight scenes coming off as boring and bland. Since nothing has been established yet, nothing is at stake, and audiences don't have an emotional investment in the characters. Not to mention, it's difficult to tell who the main character might be. So does this mean I am going to drop it and move on? Well, against my better judgment and coming from who produced this thing, I do want to see this anime turn out being successful despite a very rocky start. Not to mention the concept of two media cultures colliding is a rather interesting one. just look at Kingdom Hearts or Marvel vs. Capcom. But if I were to base my opinion on the show solely on the first episode alone, if I want a loving homage to American superhero comics in my anime, I think I'll stick with My Hero Academia. So with that, I give the reflection 5 points for initial interest. And while we are on the topic of superhumans, next week's review is of the anime Charlotte. Until next time, this is the American Anime Otaku, signing out. Like what you see? Then please help support the show by contributing to my Patreon page for special perks, exclusive content, and more.